Yo, what's going on with your YouTube? Y'all, man, Chris here. We're coming back at y'all with another vid. What we have here today, bam, that's right, and these are the Air Jordan 1 85 high neutral gray. I'm actually really excited for this colorway because I don't believe I have an all-white Air Jordan 1 in my collection. So I'm actually pretty happy to have this in my collection. It is a pretty clean colorway, but I'm always afraid of all white shoes because it does get really dirty. So I'm just saying about that. This release came last week during February 10th, I believe. Yes, I'm gonna do a lot of comparison from last year's reverse breads or bands, what do you want to call these things, University Reds. I'm gonna do a lot of comparison because it's basically the same shoe except that this one is a black and red and this one is an all white joint. So yes, I do realize that this is more of an OG colorway from back in 85, and I think that's actually pretty dope. Let's talk about this release because I felt like this release here, this shoe, this here one last year was numbered at 20, like I think it was like 23K or something, but I felt like this one here, I felt like this was a lot more limited for some reason. I'm not sure, I can't prove it because this particular shoe was not numbered like this one here. It was the bag that was numbered, not the shoe. Definitely a lot harder to get. There was only a couple website that was getting them, and they weren't in a lot of foot size, and wasn't a lot in the local areas, because usually it was like in Chicago, because this one here dropped in Chicago and they had like in the Jordan store they had like thousands of pairs, and that's probably because of All-Star Weekend last year in Chicago. But this one here was, I think, the only Foot Locker store they had them in was in Los Angeles. So seriously, this leather is really thick, and it's decent. It's a decent quality, and it's when I first said it, like I was like, it ain't nothing like crazy like tumbled and nice and soft. It's just it's cool, but yeah, I can tell it's some good stuff. Honestly, if you guys want these things, you probably want to get these things now while the price was down. I think the price might shop a little bit, but into the resale, we'll get into the resale about the shoe. But let's just go ahead, let's just get into this review real quick, huh? Alright, first things first, let's take a quick little 360 of these things here. Like I said, man, this is clean. It is a clean shoe. For the shoe here, the whole entire shoe is this nice thick leather here, and it's that cocaine white leather material, and it's nice and thick. And you guys can even see the toe box here. Is it anything crazy, tumbled, or soft? I think it's it's pretty decent. It's okay. Nothing too crazy, but yes, it is pretty thick. I do highly recommend you guys probably have to break these things in because I hear that the leather's too thick and it does get uncomfortable. Just remember, this is over 30 years old technology. Moving on to the Nike swoosh here, as you guys can see, you got that neutral gray Nike swoosh, and it is that nice suede like material on the Nike swoosh. On the Nike swoosh here, that nice suede material here, nice and thick too, as well as a nice cut. Moving on to the logo here, you guys can see you got that Air Jordan 1 wing logo. It is nice and embroidered, just like how it is on the other 85s. Moving on to the ankle collar too, as well. It does have that neutral gray suede material on the ankle collar too, as well. And just be careful on this here because it is suede, so if you guys do decide to wear jeans or anything like that, it will get those jean marks. Like I said, just take a look through the whole leather material on the back. Just like I said, it's just nice and thick. I can just tell. Like, moving on to the laces here, you have that creamy laces laced up on the bottoms, and we're moving on to the white nylon tongue here. Has like a little blue tint to it, I want to say, but in due time this might get yellow. And then move on to the tag here, you got that Nike Air tag on top of the tongue here, and just look at the size of this tongue here. It is pretty freaking high. Moving on to the sock liner here, you got that gray net sock liner inside, and then inside I guess you guys can see you got that size here and the number here on the side here. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Maybe some type of serial number or something. But now it does come with an extra set of laces. Comes with an extra set of gray laces, and it comes with this little nice little tag here. Got the Jumpman on the tag, and then inside talking about the shoe here, the Air Jordan 1 highs and everything. Inside the insole you have that nice thick insole here, and you guys can see you got that Nike Air Gray, size 9 Nike Air Gray, and it comes with this little sticker here on the tag, with this tag here on the insole. Just kind of just give like basic models and descriptions of the shoe here. And check out the midsole here. You have that nice white midsole here, and it definitely has more of that texture on this midsole on the 85s. Moving on to the bottoms here, you have that neutral gray iconic Air Jordan 1 bottoms, and yes, this bottom will get pretty dirty. Well, I recommend you guys to get on that drip grip sole protector here. Use my discount code JumperMan10, save you a little bit of money. Like I said, it is the best sole protector on the market today. No slippage, no tears, multiple wears. Guys, it is the best stuff and keeps your shoes clean and protect your investment. Alright, so there you guys have it. These are the neutral gray Air Jordan 1 85 highs. Now the 85 highs started coming out last year with the reverse breads, and then now they're coming out with the neutral grays. I'm just wondering what they're going to be doing next. Maybe possibly like a Chicago colorway or something, maybe even like a bread colorway. That would be really nice. I can only imagine how dope that would be. But, you know, I'm sure they're going to start pulling out some other OG colorways. Now, these are the 85 high. People are telling me these are pretty close to the original OGs. And I just want to do a comparison from the 85s into what Air Jordan 1s that we have now, of the height differences or anything, and on the models. As you guys can see how this has a little more slant to it, and this just completely just straight up highs. Now, yeah, I do like what they're doing with these 85 highs. I kind of wish that they would mass produce it a little bit more. Not like a super GR, but maybe more of a GR so people can get their hands more onto it instead of like how limited they're doing, you know. Like I said, I feel like this one in particular was a lot more limited compared to last year's, but that's just my opinion. Don't have the exact stock numbers, but it just felt that way. But even though it's more limited, it's not as expensive how these were. So when these first came out, these things were like 1,000 to like 900. They kind of dropped down, they kept dropping, and they're about like 600 right now. Now these things were like at, you know, 600, and I did see prices around like 450 to like 480. I think they kind of went up now. They're around, depending on sizes, my size is size 9, they're around that 500 range, and in due time I do see these things kind of go up, you know, especially as an all white shoe. The more people wear it, the more dirty it gets, and you know, there'll be less DS pairs. Now, will this one do better than this? But the neutral grays, to me, this is a better colorway. In due time, these things will go up and match it or something, or even surpass it. So I'm not saying to buy a whole bunch of pairs and invest. That's just a little too crazy. It's too much capital for me. But still, this is actually a really good colorway. It's actually probably one of the best Air Jordan 1s. And they'll probably be in like around the, you know, top 5 Air Jordan 1s of 2021 in my belief. If you guys do want these things, I probably highly recommend you guys to get these things now before they kind of skyrocket up to like over 6. You know, guys can probably get these things for about, where they're going for 5. You can talk them down just a little bit down to like maybe 450. Perfect price. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much end of the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys don't mind, please hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if it's your first time here. Comment down below, and please hit that bell for all the notifications for when I do drop vids. And don't forget to follow me on all my social media at JumpmanChris on IG. Sometimes I'm on Twitter, and don't forget Snapchat. Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank you guys so much. I'm JumpmanChris. Peace.